Hello, my name is Trevor Joren, and I'm here to talk to you and share with you a couple of tips that I've learned over the past couple of years about small talk and building attraction through text. Now, if you're anything like me, I used to struggle with small talk, especially my freshman and sophomore year of college. I would go out to parties and be caught in the situation where I'd run out of things to say, and I would feel so awkward. And due to the law of state transfer, I bet the other people that I was talking to felt pretty awkward also. And for the longest time, I would use this and go out. I would use this and I would review this every time before I would go out because I felt so unsure about my ability to small talk. And so if you're in that situation, I totally understand it. But I do want to share with you a couple things that I've learned. What I've learned is that number one thing is to be interested and not interesting. Think about it like a 7-to-3 ratio. 7 out of 3 times you're asking them questions about who they are. 3 out of 7 times you're responding to what they have to say. Ask them about achievements and future goals. This is one of the best questions to get people talking because people love talking about what they're striving for. Also, ask them about community involvement, or if they have ever won an award, or if they've ever been recognized for doing something incredible. Talk to them about hobbies, leisure activities, what they like to do in their free time. And if you have to resort to it, talk about current events. Don't ever ask the question, how is the weather? It's such a bad question. It's just, don't do it. Basically, how are you? How is your day? It doesn't take much. For the longest time, I was afraid to go up and approach new people because I didn't know what to say. But what I've had to learn is that it doesn't matter what you say. What matters is that you go up and you talk to them. Smile and make eye contact. Show them that you're an approachable person and that you have self-respect and that you respect them by eye contact and smile. And then stay away from the topics of family and religion because those are kind of touchy subjects and you don't want to talk about them if you're first meeting somebody. But what I would like to share with you is a couple of questions to ask if you're looking to take it to a little bit of a deeper level. You can ask them about the funniest experience that they've ever had, if they've ever been incredibly embarrassed, if they've ever had a near-death experience, or if you've ever received some sort of reward, or if you've ever been put in a situation where you had to lie. Get them thinking about interesting topics and then feedback your stories that relate. You know, if they've ever had to be in a situation where they had to lie about something, I'm sure you have too, and you can feedback your story. You know what I'm saying? That's what small talk is. It's banter, it's easygoing, it's lighthearted, and it's a skill. So if you're struggling, take into account some of these things that I'm sharing with you and build upon it, practice it, put yourself in situations where you have to practice it, and fall on your face a couple times, but you'll learn, and it'll come to you. Now, the second part of this video is about texting. Texting is horrible. I freaking hate texting. It's such a, false way of communicating, and I mean, it's good if you just need to get across a point really quick, but it's not the place for anything serious. And it's hard to build attraction through text. But since that's what I promised I would share with you, I will share a couple of things. Basically, I'm going to start with the mechanics. Don't ever build upon people's cognitive load. That's the number one principle. You don't want to make people feel like texting you is a chore. You want to feel like texting you is an enjoyment, an enjoyable activity. Keep your eye on the ball when you're texting. Don't beat around the bush. If you want something, make it clear. You know, a couple of banter back and forth texts might be necessary to break the ice and get comfortable, but if your purpose is trying to get a date, which it should never be, but if your purpose is trying to get a date, then make sure you get to the point where you ask her out. Don't send junk text. So don't send text that's irrelevant, stupid questions that are going to make her pile on to her cognitive load, take a ton of effort to answer. Another thing is always send one-to-one text. So if she's sending you a text, then you respond with one text. Don't text more than once. If she doesn't respond, then too bad. Don't be the annoying guy. You never want to sound needy, because needy is poison to attraction. If you want to build attraction and play the game of texting, use interesting language. Vary your response time, because you know what? Silence is a great tool. If they come at you with something that you might not be so happy about, let them sit on their thoughts, because they will go nuts. Trust me, if you send out a text to somebody and it was a little dicey, and if they don't respond for a couple minutes, you're like, oh crap, I don't know if that was over the top, if I should have said that. So yeah, like, if you want to build attraction, you need to build that little game of mystery, so you want to leave silence sometimes. Patience. Yeah, it's all about patience. Showing that you have the ability to be patient with your texts will put her on her toes, or put him on his toes. And lastly, make seeing you in person the only way to really talk to you, because after all, texting is not a great way to build attraction, and more likely than not, you're going to kill your chances at attraction through text. So remember to keep it easy, keep it light, and keep your eye on the target. Thank you.